welcome to our reading for August 2018. Now, remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs and symbols ring for you and follow those thoughts, those feelings, those memories that you get to bring clarity to what you're wondering. We are all spiritual. We are all psychic, but we're not all going through the same thing at the same time at the same pace. This could clarify the past, shed light into the future, or be right in sync with the now. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. If you want a more in-depth look at your month, check out your sun, moon, and rising sign videos. And for a deeper look, check out the musical playlist that I add below. See if there's something personal for you in the music, in the lyrics, or just enjoy the tunes. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful August, and I'll see you in a moment. Our reading for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Let's begin. Let's get clarity on the energies coming through in August 2018. Now, the random shuffle Pandora song that came through for Scorpio was Born by Hugo. I'm going to find that song and put it below for you guys. Now let's begin the reading. We're going to start with an animal oracle card. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. We'll start with one card, clarity for Scorpio. Energies coming through in August 2018. And we have the gorilla coming through for Scorpio. So this is spending time with your family, with your chosen family, with your friends, and listening with a compassionate heart. Being understanding on somebody else's perspective. This is sitting back and letting somebody speak. Maybe you're ready to speak as well, and somebody else is finally ready to hear you. This is a healing energy that comes through to mend relationships, you know, to bring back a bond somewhere. So if something weird was going on in the past, a misunderstanding, miscommunication, an argument, this is the chance to heal that situation, to see the other person's perspective. Sometimes we put the brunt of our bad day on those closest to us, and it didn't have anything to do with them in the end, but it just was delivered the wrong way, or somebody was just there to experience the weird day you were having, or vice versa. So gorilla is take time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Maybe somebody has a completely different personality, different opinions on something. I want to say agree to disagree here. It's okay to have different opinions, different viewpoints on the same situation. That's what keeps things interesting. You know, that's what keeps the world moving. If we all thought exactly the same, everything would be pretty boring. So hear somebody out. I want to say wait for the right moment. Try to have the right approach to a situation. If your approach didn't really work in the past or your delivery wasn't received, try it a different way. You know, revisit that situation when the timing feels right. And I feel like you're going to feel something out. You're going to feel when the right moment comes to speak up. I hear say your piece. Maybe you just need to be authentic with what you say, mean what you say. If you don't really want to do something and you say yes and you're a grumpy puss when you're doing that thing, it was probably just better for you to say no. So maybe you're helping somebody else speak up as well. You know, this could be asking yourself some good solid questions. Maybe you're asking somebody else good, solid, direct questions. I want to say don't bring the whole past with you as well. If you're dealing with a certain situation, you don't have to bring up everything that went wrong with everything else that has nothing to do with that situation in the past. Just tackle that situation. That's it. What you can do, what is going on right now. I feel like you have to leave some baggage behind or leave something behind that wasn't working. So you can try something a different way. So you can start a new chapter. so you can start to write a new chapter, maybe a new novel altogether. Maybe some of you are writers. I feel like for some of you, it might be a journal or a diary. Maybe you can work something out on paper, you know, work through those emotions. And once you work them out, maybe write a poem, write a song, something like that. Then it's a way to release that energy that was making you feel stuck. So take time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. So the gorilla is a super strong energy coming through. I feel like you are the strength in that relationship or in that situation. You are the thing that brings something together. So let's move along to a vice versa tarot card and get clarity for Scorpio on taking time. Maybe you need, or maybe there's somebody in particular that really needs your attention. Maybe it's not necessarily a conversation. Maybe it's just spending time together, you know, reaching out, holding someone's hand, giving somebody a hug, being easy and forgiving on yourself and somebody else. I'm getting release. Like it feels good, like there was something burdening you or tightening you up or holding you back, and you just have to release that energy and it feels so much more free. So let's get clarity for the gorilla. Take time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Clarity for August. And we have the Knight of Cups, or I mean the Page of Cups coming through, the Knave of Cups coming through. So maybe it's a family member that's a younger energy or somebody you know that's young. Usually this is a child, an adolescent, a teenager. It could be somebody older, but you feel young and green in a particular area, usually in a particular relationship or expressing these particular emotions. This could be you. Maybe you just feel new in a new relationship coming through. I feel like the Knave of Cups is the natural artist, the natural poet. Sometimes they get overwhelmed with all those emotions before they learn how to deal with them or have enough experience to know what to do with all that emotion. So they're usually very psychic. They're very in tune with emotions. They have artistic qualities. They're very creative. They're very expressive with themselves, sometimes too much so, and they get overwhelmed with things, but they're learning. So this could be you learning in a new situation. It's usually a water sign. So it could be a Scorpio. It could also be a Cancer or a Pisces. It doesn't have to be. Here I see the fish jumping out of the chalice. So I want to say fish out of water. You know, maybe you feel uncomfortable or very new in a situation. This definitely could be a new relationship coming through where you have to start all over. It's not going to be like anything else you ever had. It's totally new. This is a totally new person, or it's a new chapter with somebody that you already know where you have to start over, start from the beginning, start from square one, you know. I feel like you're not dressed appropriately for the beach. So maybe you need to make adjustments in how you dress. Or maybe being the one that's dressed differently allows that approach to come to you. Maybe being a fish out of water. Like I'm picturing somebody out in a really fancy dress in a very casual situation, but that actually gets compliments towards you or gets a conversation flowing because somebody compliments your dress or your fancy pants or something like that. So maybe being a fish out of water is a good thing. I also see the ocean here. So maybe the ocean is important for Scorpio, going to the beach, connecting with all of those elements, you know, the salt water, the smell in the air, the wind on your face, the way the waves sound, the way that tide feels on your feet. So maybe the ocean is very beneficial for you, or going to water. also diving deep into something emotionally. Don't keep it bottled up and tucked away, or it might explode. Maybe it needs to come out fast, and once it comes out, it's done. But maybe you need to let something, you know, like let the gas out slowly, you know, a little bit at a time, every situation as it comes. On the other side, I see the sea turtle. So when I see the sea turtle, I think of finding, like, I feel like they go back to the same place to lay eggs. So finding a destination, finding a place where you're comfortable. Maybe you're making a nest, you know, your own personal little nest that you're sprucing up. Maybe some of you are expecting a child. I feel like this page usually has an invitation, an engagement. There's something that they offer to you that brings you emotional bliss, or brings you some kind of emotional connection, either within yourself, you and this person, or you in a situation. Even in the nighttime here, the fish is jumping out of water. So maybe a Pisces, if you were dealing with a Pisces. I also want to say take your time, and you can travel great distances. I feel like the turtle doesn't have to rush, but they can catch that, catch that flow of energy in the ocean and end up really far away, even though they don't necessarily move fast. I also feel like it's a protective energy, you know, so maybe you're protecting something at home, retreating a little bit. Maybe it's meditation, so you can rebalance your scales, really connect to your own inner guidance system on what to do and how to approach someone. This could be somebody who always reacts as well. You know, if they're kind of young and inexperienced, they don't know how to react yet. So you might need to be the one to change your approach so you get the right reaction and the right response. Or sometimes this card is just falling in love. You know, the kind of love where you get the butterflies and you're like on your first date and it's exciting. You know, it's new, it's different, it's weird, but it's good. You know, this is the little kid that gets dressed up. Like, they wake up early, they get dressed up all cute in the morning because their crush is in math class. You know, they haven't had that relationship or that experience of what to do with the crush yet, but they know they're interested. They know they're excited about something, and it gets them emotionally fulfilled to do something, to try something, to have I'm getting to make some moves. So maybe the ball is in your court, or you're helping this person through their first love. Maybe you have some good advice for this page, or it's you and somebody else and you feel like you're kids again, you know. Let's get clarity for the Knave of Cups and Gorilla for Scorpio. We're going to pull a card from the Angel Tarot. Clarity on the Knave of Cups and the Gorilla. Taking time to listen compassionately to those around you, especially your family members. I want to say, Scorpio, sometimes people don't really want an answer. If somebody needs to speak, you don't always have to fix that situation. You know, it could even be you. You just need to express yourself. You know, you just need a chance to get those feelings out there, to get your opinion out there, to get what's going on inside of you out there so it's out of the way and it's not blocking you. You don't always need a fix, you know, someone to come in and give you some advice. So if that's somebody else who just needs to speak, maybe they just need somebody to listen. That's it. That's it. And that actually heals the situation. You don't need to step in and make it right. You just need to be there, be present. All right, let's get clarity for Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio, we have two. All right, so we have the Nine of Michael and Peace coming through. So this is death. This is letting bygones be bygones. Whatever is done, it's done. It's over. You can't go back there and drudge something up. This card comes through and reminds you to live. To live. This card is beautiful. It means you feel alive again. You know, you feel inspired again. This is doing what you love. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. This is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This is a new chapter, and it's not taking all those things with you that didn't work. Sometimes our new chapter is something totally different. You know, we have to adjust things accordingly. This card is like the phoenix rising. You know, it's something goes to the ashes and something new and beautiful comes out of it. Something magical comes out of that experience. So this is releasing the past. It doesn't necessarily, it's the death card, but it means living. It means regeneration. You know, there's always a new cycle. There's new growth that comes through. You have to change your focus on what isn't anymore and look at what is. You know, what is around you. So this is number 13, peace, Archangel Azrael. The 14 or the 13 brings us to a 4, which brings new stability in your world. You know, something solid, a good foundation to work with. This is releasing the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Pray. Ask God, ask the universe for help, and then be open to how it comes through. It might be unusual forms. It might, I'm hearing, through the mouths of babes. So maybe through a child. Maybe a really wise child that has an old soul actually has some good advice. You know? Now you have the 9 of Michael. There's also a child here. So I keep going back to like somebody going through maybe like a breakup or heartbreak or something not going right at work, getting stuck in the chaos, getting stuck in the ruckus, and you're not sleeping right. This card is a worry card. It's also a nightmare card. So this is definitely a card where prayer is helpful, where meditation is helpful, connecting to your own inner guidance system. Don't bottle something up. I want to say maybe you're working something out in dream time. Sometimes we don't address something going on in our daily life, but we address it when we're sleeping, you know, because we face those fears easier. We work things out. So if you're not sleeping right, maybe a dream catcher can be helpful. Maybe adjusting your sleep schedule, maybe just doing some exercise in the day, getting those happy hormones going, actually helps you sleep better. This could be waking up earlier, taking some naps, going to bed earlier. You know, you have to adjust something so you sleep better. Sleep is important. This could be, I don't know, fresh sheets on your bed, playing some good music at night, maybe something classical, or maybe some ocean waves, maybe some sounds will help you sleep better. I see a fan. So maybe a fan, maybe some air, maybe open up your windows. There's an owl here, so I feel like there's a silent answer, an answer that comes through silence. I feel like the owl flies in silence, but they're wise. They see in the dark. So wait for it to be morning. Wait for the light to come out in a situation and for the timing to be right to address something. The good thing is with this card, the 9 of Michael means it's almost over. You know, something is almost done. It is complete. It's finished. And now you can move on. Now you know what to do. Now you're strong enough to handle something. So maybe you're helping somebody else in this situation. Your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. Release them to God. You know, let go and let God. Sometimes a big old no, you know, a big old detour that comes in our world is because something wasn't good for us. You know, it wasn't healthy for us. It wasn't right for us. And there's something behind closed doors that's better. So focus on what you have, the blessings around you, what you can work with, who is your support system. Maybe it starts with just you. You know, giving yourself a pat on the back, loving yourself, doing something beautiful for you, revising and refreshing your energy so that the right energy is then magnified back to you. Seeing how strong you are because of what you went through. So if you're worried about something going on in the day, something going on out there, and you can't change that thing, stop worrying about it. Put it away. Do something nice for you. Take a walk. Change your energy around and then come back later. You know, sometimes the answer comes when we wake up. This is a new day. This is a new chapter. This is beautiful. So you have to release those things that were worrying you or weighing you down. All right, I didn't expect 2 to come through. So let's see. Let's get one more card. Clarity for peace. Number 13, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. I feel like when I see this card, you just have to ask yourself what makes you feel alive. What makes you feel living? You know, what do you really love to do? Who do you love to be around? Start there. Start simple. You know, simple goes a long way. Sometimes we have periods of our life where it's hard to just get up. You know, we're here, we're human, we're spiritual beings going through a human experience. God wants us to be happy, but it doesn't mean the reality of that situation is that every day is awesome. So, try to see what you can do today that makes you feel like you accomplished something. Sometimes it's just getting up and going to the store, you know, through different periods in our life. Sometimes we accomplish a shitload all at once and we feel great, but we're all in a different place, in a different space. So see where that is for you. If, you know, you don't feel extremely motivated, do something small, tiny, but that makes you feel good. You know, cook yourself a beautiful dinner. Invite someone over for lunch. Make a connection with somebody you've been thinking about. See where that brings you. It could be just waking up and sending a text today, you know? I want to say follow that trail. All right, let's get clarity for Scorpio. And embracing enthusiasm. So here we go. Feel alive. Feel like you're living again, like you're revisiting something that refuels that fire under your ass. So shout to the heavens with happiness. Be happy. I just thought of Don't Worry, Be Happy. I'll find that song and put it below. I think there's, I'll put the Pharrell song as well. I think it's just called Happy. So here I see the butterflies. So different butterflies, different colors, different personalities, different types, different energies, all flying together. So when I see the butterfly, I think of that transition time, you know, where you're the caterpillar and then you go into the cocoon and it's awkward, you know. Sometimes this is the awkward experience, but eventually you grow wings and you understand why you had to have that awkward experience. Shout to the heavens with happiness. I see flowers. Maybe you're giving somebody flowers are important. They're beneficial. It makes me think of an awesome perfume. Maybe changing up your scent. You know, scent is very, very powerful. Maybe just going and getting a new perfume or like, you know, body spray or some lotion or something like that. Just, I also think like essential oils. Maybe that's beneficial for you guys, you know, to just liven you up a little bit. Or beneficial for somebody else. You could be complimenting somebody else on how they smell, and that opens up conversation. All right, let's see. Embracing enthusiasm. I'll let you see this card. All right, and this one. And this one. This one. This one. All right. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Stop waiting on the sidelines. To heal your life and reach your goals, get up and take some risks. Break some rules. Shout to the heavens with joy and exuberance. Clap your hands with glee. Be silly. That's being alive. This is so beautiful. Don't hold back. Here we go. Look at this, Scorpio. Allow childlike wonder to flood your life. Allow yourself to feel like a kid again, you know, where time just falls away. Take a day off work, experience and celebrate even the smallest events in life. Discover what's great about each day. This is not the time to be reserved. Embrace every aspect of life. Smell the daisies. There we go. So that's the perfume, you know? Take time to smell the roses, smell the daisies. Good times are ahead of you if you just let loose a bit. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know an unseasoned traveler believes that happiness only comes after one has reached their destination. However, the Sacred Traveler knows that the fastest way to manifest your dreams is to be happy now. You don't have to wait to experience joy. Your enthusiasm about what you already have will ignite miracles in your life. Without enthusiasm, something inside you sleeps or doesn't sleep enough. With you must awaken, and then your relationships flourish. Your health becomes vibrant, and your connection with the Creator deepens. I love you so much, Scorpio. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope you have a beautiful August, and I'll see you soon. Bye.